So in the last video, we were speaking about the general ins and outs of RAM and how it's used on an everyday principle, right? We're using it as an interim storage of memory of things, of variables, and all sorts of stuff like that. Now, on this section, there's a hard drive. We got down to the hard drive and storing things on the hard drive, and I wanted to basically use this video to talk about the RAM versus the hard drive and the differences between the two effectively. So the hard drive, or hard drive disk as it might be called, but you will also see SSDs nowadays as well. So but I'm using the word SSD for those of you who know it interchangeably with hard drive, so I won't use SSDs, I'll use hard drive in general. So now, well, what's the difference between a hard drive and let's use some funny different color I haven't used before. So that's a nice and bright color. So effectively, what I'm talking about here is, well, RAM is volatile, and remember, volatile memory, and it's always referred to as memory. If you ask a question, how much memory has your computer got, you are talking about RAM. You're not talking about the hard drive there. You're talking about RAM. So how much memory have you got? I'd expect to be seeing things like 8 gigabytes, 16, 32, 64, and you'll notice from the binary that this is double. These are binary numbers, right? So representation numbers. So and that one's 32. You might get 4 grams. Now it's relatively small. A huge amount of RAM will be 128 to around 1 terabyte. Anything after that, you're talking really big servers and cloud servers and things like that. Even these would be classified as servers probably. You wouldn't be seeing 128 gig RAM on very many systems. A gaming rig perhaps. You might see 128 or 256, but not too much more than that. Now that's the volatile memory, and we'll go back into the volatile in a second, but I just wanted to go through the more permanent memory. So permanent memory, and I would say not permanent memory. I'm going to type this in. I'm going to write permanent memory. Sorry, that's bad handwriting. I'm then going to cross it out and say, actually, no, we won't call it permanent memory. What we'll call it is storage. Let's use the word storage instead of memory. We need to get this word of memory out of here altogether and use the word storage instead. Now, when I'm talking storage, I mean hard drives. That's the hard drive difference. So with the hard drives, I'd be expecting things like 256 gigabytes is a very small hard drive these days. 512 gigabytes you might see on very small laptops. The new MacBooks, for example, or a new Spectre or HP sort of things. And anyway, new laptops would be around about this sort of level. You might get a 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte. And if you're talking desktop and laptop and gaming machines and things like that, you might be seeing 4 terabytes. You might be seeing another 4 terabyte. You probably get altogether 8 terabytes. You might see 10, 15, 20 terabytes even, to be honest. My friend has video storage, and there's probably about 20, 30 terabytes worth of hard drives that he has effectively just to store videos and things. So, you know, we're talking a lot of differences here. The storage hard drive is where your files are. That's your videos, that's your pictures, and that's your documents, etc. You know, that's real things that are storing. When I switch it off, it doesn't make a difference. But when I switch off a computer, the software is running. Well, if I have, let's say, an internet browser running on a computer and I switch it off, that switches off the internet browser as well, right? It doesn't switch off my pictures. It doesn't switch off my documents. It just switches off my internet browser. So that says to me that software runs in RAM. Now this is a very, very important principle for hacking and security. We'll see later on, but this is a very important principle. So this volatile memory thing is the importance. And we'll go into what volatile memory is in the next video.